Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show, where we update you on the latest news within and beyond Namibian borders. I'm Jesse Jackson Kauraifa, your host for today. And now for your latest on the hit list. Young African Football Club has stated that they now have bigger ambitions than they initially had at the start of the season. Their coach Malingari Demo believes his club still has a chance to obtain a top 4 finish this season. Ngaridemo said this after his club collected 4 points in 2 away matches last weekend. The Gobabas club beat Civics 2-1 at the Unam Stadium on Saturday before playing to a 1-1 draw against Tigers the next day. Ngaridemo felt these results have given the team a new sense of hope, and their tone will definitely not just be about surviving but targeting top positions. And now on to women football. FNB Women's Super League powerhouse Commerce Nampol FC and Ongos FC played to a goalless draw in a match that saw both coaches frustrated with the officiating at the NFA Technical Center on Saturday. Tempers flared up at times as two of the leading teams clashed in a potential early title decider. After 7 matches each, Ongos are the log leaders on 21 points ahead of Commerce Nampol 17 points, with Beauties FC just on 16 points and Unam Bokis on 15 points. Ongos coach Shama Gure expressed his dismay over the match officials handled the fixture. He feels that the match officials need to improve in terms of that regard. Novata Paulus of Commerce Nampol FC also had her say in this regard, stating that they needed to improve officials in terms of refereeing at these matches. Both coaches were really not satisfied as the players were almost also involved in a brawl. And on to the next one. Susel Pronk from Swakopmund has been making waves in the world of competitive karate. From competing at the recent K1 Series A Championships in Athens, Greece, to training with Egypt's national squad in Cairo this week, the 31-year-old has been on a journey of hard work and determination to achieve her goals. In Athens, Susel managed to make it to her pool final, beating competitors from Greece before eventually losing to Spain. Despite not taking home a medal, Susel's performance at the series championship was a huge confidence boost for her. She became the first Namibian karateka to advance past round 1 at this level of competition, marking a significant milestone in her career. Well done to Susel Prong there. We will now visit the marketplace before the hit list continues. Please do not go away. One of the highlights of Athletics Namibia's second BRICS of the year was delivered by Conrad Kuhn, the shot-put athlete of QSB Athletics Club. The 20-year-old succeeded in equaling the oldest existing Namibian national outdoor athletics record that has been standing for close to 55 years. Derek Vigel marked of 17.10 meters set in Bloemfontein on 19 April 1969 had not been challenged in half of a century until Kuhn equaled the distance at the Independence Stadium in Windhoek on Saturday. Kuhn is mentored by renowned Namibian coach Hank Botter, who has been the driving force behind the success of the 2021 Olympics finalists Beatrice Masilingi and Christine Boma. Another of Hank Botter's secret weapons burst on the scene in spectacular fashion was Elton Hausep, who shocked the men's 400-meter favorites Ivan Denny, Clayton Hayes, and current national record holder Mohamed Bok. Our colleague Andrew Pullman was there and has this footage for us.
On the 200 meters, please get in the call room now. 200 meters. Women, please get in the call room now.
Have Eldon Huisep, he's at the Quinton Steele Boaters Club, winning the 400 meters, a huge upset. How do you feel?
I'm feeling amazing because it was a good race to run with them. Guys that are faster than me. I push and get what I wanted to get. Best time.
Right. And as you say, no one expected you to win. Mahmoud Bok and Geldenhuys were the favorites, but you won. So what were your tactics there?
So I'm excited to win the first guys because I never tried to run with them. But I did it. Just excited.
Tell us a bit about who your coach is and how the coaching is going.
Well, so every day we are training here on the stadium, Monday to Friday except Wednesday and Saturday, Sunday. So then we are doing 200 and 100 and 400 also.
Yeah, so with us, Ndawana Itembu won the 100 meters for women. How did the race go for you?
The race was quite amazing. I love how I executed it. I was hoping for a better time though, but I'm glad about how I performed actually.
So the competition is quite strong between the ladies. How do you see the season going?
The season started off so amazing, and you know this is my second competition of the season, and I have a couple of more to go, and I'm looking forward to the season. It looks very bright indeed, and I am so excited about it.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
Cricket Namibia has announced the national men's squad that has departed to Nepal on Sunday to compete in a triangular series of one-day internationals and T20 internationals against the host nation, as well as against the Netherlands. Gerard Erasmus will lead the Richelieu Eagles on the tour, which starts against Nepal on Thursday morning, followed by the first two meetings against the Netherlands next Monday. Andrew Pullman once again provided this contributed video to us.
The Richelieu Eagles have landed safely in Kathmandu, Nepal to compete in 4 one-day international games and 4 T20I games against the Netherlands and host Nepal. The games start on the 15th of February and will go on until 5th of March. All 3 participating countries are featured in the upcoming Men's T20 World Cup in June, so we are expecting to watch some action T20I games in preparation for the big stage. Ruben Trampelman returns to the squad from injury, while young talent Jack Russell earns another chance in the senior men's team following his standout performance in the ICC Men's Under-19 World Cup. The team will be captained by Gerard Erasmus, and cricket fans can watch the games live on ICC TV and follow Cricket Namibia social media platforms for all updates.
Well, good luck to the cricket team there. Let us yet again go for a commercial break and see what the markets have in store for us before we return with the spotlight. Stay tuned.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
The spotlight this week is on youth development as the Ministry of Sport and Kadilu Fishing signed a memorandum of understanding on the Real Madrid Foundation program. Mariette Angula was at the event and compiled this for us.
It's unfortunate that this was already said. Our head of state, who was actually pushing also these things at the moment, not with us, had we known what will come, we would have signed earlier so that he could be happy because he was pushing this one. Ambassador? Yes, thank you very much. All we can say is it's not always and it's every day that we've got many embassies in our country. And it's not always and every day that one comes to a point where an embassy says, let's hold hands and move on. I remember the first time we met, and the ambassador was talking about Real Madrid, and I said, what about Barcelona? He said, no, Barcelona, no Barcelona. So, okay, do you still remember? You
Somehow.
So, this is for the Namibian. It's a Namibian kid. We are not talking about a kid in Spain. Here, we are referring to a kid or children in Namibia. Let it be ours. Let it be, especially the media, let it be not the ministry there and whoever. Let's make it our project, because we are talking about our children. We know in many a case, because of circumstances beyond our control, that you will get a talented boy or a girl, especially in football, who's already 17, 18 years. And you expect that boy or a girl to perform at the same level with where the kid from Spain have been doing these issues as from 6 years. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We are a little bit behind. And this is the program which will help us to catch up with the rest of the world. So that our kids as from 6 or 4 or 5 or wherever can already know how to trap the ball for him or herself and not for the other person and all those type of things, which is a normal thing for the kids all over in the other world. But come World Cup, we are expected to be on the same level. How? Yeah? Come whoever, we are expected to be on the same level as with the others. Now, I don't want to preach. All I'm saying is, thank you, Ambassador. Thank you, Kadilu, for taking our hands and helping us and assisting us. You can only, and remember us also, we can only be assisted somewhere till a point. We must come to a point where we take over and see, now we are ready and we are taking over. The concept of sport and the social advancement of a kid. The first time I came to know that specifically is with the girls and goals. Yeah, when I see Jackie, I said, what are you saying? You don't just teach them to kick the ball? No, we've got other things. So, and it works very well. It works well. Okay, why can't it work now with us? As I was saying, this is not going to be a window-based thing. Forget about it. It's going to go into the regions. And that's a very important part when it goes into the regions, so that the child in Okamatapati must know, that child must know what the child in Uis knows, yeah? And what the child in Kahenge knows. Yeah? The same level. That is what I'm trying to say. There's no discrimination to say children there, it's only ones who get it and the others not. Thank you very much. I one day want to come and see where all this originates. But that's another story.
We're working on that.
Thank you.
Well, we hope that this program and initiative will bring the much needed development in terms of youth sports. Let us go for another break before we bring you Golden Oldies. Our Golden Oldies for this week is former goalkeeper Ephraim Shihonge, who was born on 23 May 1986. Shihonge is a former Namibian football goalkeeper who played for South African national first division club Milano United. He previously played for South African clubs African Warriors and Black Leopards. In Namibia, he played for Escavia Windhoek Civics FC and Black Africa. He was part of a Namibian squad at the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations. He also represented Namibia in a March 2011 friendly against Botswana. After hanging up his boots, Shihonge has become an influential goalkeeper coach who has been part of schools and the Hope Soul League. Shihonge is currently part of the Ongos coaching staff. He is our Golden Oldies for this week. A legend indeed he is there. Quite a man that is always available to provide assistance, that is to youth goalkeeping coaching. Unfortunately, that he could not play, that is in the Premier League, or that is the South African Premiership, but was indeed a force to be reckoned with. Ario Hart is on standby for the latest international news. Stay tuned.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with football, English Premier League first game that was played. It's a week game that was played, and it's Chelsea that beat Crystal Palace by 3-1. Good away win for Chelsea, that's currently 10th on the English Premier League log. They beat Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. The score there was 3-1. Not good news for Crystal Palace, already under pressure, and there's more pressure now on manager Roy Hodgson, and currently it is Crystal Palace in 15th position position on the English Premier League log. They've got 24 points. They next travel to Everton. Everton also struggling, currently 18th on the log, and that game will be played on Monday, and that will be after that a home game for Crystal Palace against Burnley. The next game for Chelsea is a tough one. They travel to defending champions Manchester City, and that game will be played on Saturday. Continuing international sports news with cricket news, a test match cricket. It's South Africa playing the second test against New Zealand. That's played at Seddon Park in Hamilton. New Zealand winning the first test, leading 1-0 in the two-test series. South Africa winning the toss, electing to bat. They were 220 for the loss of 6 wickets. That was after, that is on close of play on the first day. Bit of a surprise batting first. It was a bit of a green wicket, but South Africa survived. They batted slow, but they're 220 for the loss of 6 wickets. Ruan de Swart, the best scorer, is unbeaten on 55. And also India hosting England. The third test will start on Thursday, and that will be played in Raikot, and it is at the moment 1-1 in the 5-test series. News from India is that they will be without their influential batsman KL Rahul. He's got a thigh injury. He didn't play in the second innings or the second test as well, so he's still injured. He won't be playing in the third test. And also there's still a concern about the availability of Ravindra Jadeja. He's the all-rounder, and he's got a hamstring injury. He's in a race against time. India also earlier announced that Virat Kohli won't play any of the 5 tests, and that's because of personal reasons. Initially, he was only going to miss 2 of the 5 tests, but he announced that he will miss all 5 the tests against England. And to conclude today's international sports news, it's tennis news. It's tennis news from the Qatar Open being played in Doha. That's on the women's circuit, and it is a WTA Thousands tournament. It is a number 1 seed, Iga Swiatek. She beat Serena Castilla of Romania easily by 6-1, 6-1. That was in the first round of the tournament. Some of the top seeds already out of the tournament. Significantly, it was first the number 10 seed. That's Beatriz Haddad Maia of Brazil. She lost against Wang Yingzha. She's from China. The score there was 6-1 and 6-3. And also it is the number 15 seed, Caroline Garcia of France. She's also out of the tournament. She was beaten by Naomi Osaka. She's a 4-time major winner, and it's Naomi Osaka that beat Caroline Garcia by 7-5 and 6-4. Garcia is from France, and that is some of the first round action in the Qatar Open being played in Doha. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, thank you so much, Ari. Over here we have indeed an interesting scenario that is in the Debmarine Namibia Premiership as well. I'm sure it is exciting for all the clubs approaching towards the end of the season, although there's still like close to 12 matches remaining. You can see there Young African making sure that they want to be having a say in the proceedings at the top half of the table. Their coach clearly and boldly stating that he aims for the top 4. That was not the discussion at the beginning of the season, where he was merely just fighting, stating that he will fight for relegation. Another interesting factor also happening back home here is that the Commerce Nampol FC, which were newly promoted, are also doing great, topping the Namibia Premiership here in the country. It is indeed one of the spectacles of the season, which we witnessed when they beat champions African Stars 2-0. So it is indeed very important, and I'm sure that the Sport Rep will continue bringing this news to you over the course of the weeks. This brings us to the end of today's show. Catch the Sport Rep show again tomorrow at the same time and place. Goodbye.